The cost to protect yourself is about to get much higher in the state of Connecticut. If new legislation passes, the renewal fee for handgun permits would get this quadruple. The fee would increase from the current $70 to $300. Fees for background checks would also increase from $50 to $75. And state Republican lawmakers and gun rights supporters are outraged, and rightly so. Could this stop some from exercising their constitutional right? Here to discuss is Director of Education for Connecticut, for the group Connecticut Carry. His name is Ray Johansson. Ray, thanks for being here this morning.
Thanks a lot, Pete.
So first of all, tell us, where do you think this idea came from to raise these fees?
I think really the idea to raise these fees was to actually chill the right for people to exercise the right to keep and bear arms in Connecticut.
So the governor, Governor Malloy, has been a sort of a gun protection, or how would you frame his
I think
Governor
Malloy and his administration has been very hostile to people in the state of Connecticut who wish to purchase and carry and possess firearms.
So he's using this as a budgetary argument, but instead you think it's a Second Amendment chilling effect? I
don't necessarily see this as a budget argument. They've already stipulated that this is not a fund to administer the pistol permit. We haven't seen any budget requests for additional personnel and special licensing and firearms, and they've also admitted that the increased fees would actually go to the general fund rather than to special licensing.
Interesting. And so your group, Connecticut Carry, has an alternative. There's a way to do this cheaper, so you're not having to tax people.
Right. Well, we want to be able to make sure that people's rights are being protected, but we're also pragmatists when we realize that the pistol permit process is there.
Yep.
We want to be able to streamline it as well as reduce the cost of administering the program.
Isn't it ironic? The left howls every time there's a voter ID law that could in some way impede someone's right to vote, but then they jack up fees in impeding on the right to bear arms.
I think people will make an analogy to a poll tax, and I think this is a perfect analogy to that, where we're using the cost of a pistol permit to prevent people from actually exercising their rights.
Interesting way to think about it. A Second Amendment poll tax. It cost you so much, maybe it defers folks from doing it.
Absolutely, and I think that's the intended consequences of the rate increase.
Ray Johansson, thank you very much for being here this morning.
Thank you very much, Pete. I appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.